Okay, let's talk about something really common, probably really annoying for a lot of you listening, that stubbornly slow kitchen sink.
Ugh, yeah. Or those smells, wafting up from the drain. It's definitely a pain.
It really is. It just throws everything off. You've got standing water, weird gurgling noises when you just want to wash up. You know that feeling.
Oh, absolutely. And, it's more than just like an irritation. A drain that's always slow. That's often a sign.
A sign of what?
Well, it usually means there's some serious buildup happening inside the pipes.
Yeah.
And if you just ignore it, it can lead to much bigger plumbing headaches later on.
Right, exactly. And that's actually why we're doing this deep dive today. We're looking at a specific solution that's designed not just to, blast away whatever's clogging it now.
But to actually keep the drain healthy and flowing properly long term.
Yeah. We are digging into KNC Plumbing's kitchen sink Revitalizer package. We've got the details on what's actually in this package and, maybe more importantly, what it can really do for you.
Yeah, our goal here is to break down what they offer. It's basically a three-step process. We'll look at each step, talk about the benefits and what it means for your sink and, your general sanity.
And the guarantee, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely covering the guarantee. So you know exactly what you're getting and what's covered.
Okay, perfect. Let's jump in. So step one of this Revitalizer package is professional drain cleaning. They use augers, or snakes, as most of us probably call them.
Right, snakes.
What's the real deal with this first step? Why start here?
Well, this is kind of the first line of defense. It tackles the immediate blockage. A professional snake, it's basically a flexible metal cable. They feed down the drain, and it physically breaks apart or pulls out whatever's blocking the flow right now. Think of it like clearing the main path so water can actually get through again.
Okay.
And it's really good for getting rid of things like, food bits that have built up, maybe some softer grease clumps. It gives you that immediate relief from the standing water.
Gotcha. So that handles the obvious clog right now. But
Right.
what about the stuff that might cause another clog pretty soon? The leftover gunk.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
And that leads us directly to the second part, which honestly might be the more impactful step in the long run.
Yeah.
Hydrojetting.
Hydrojetting. Okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah. And what's really smart about including this is that it addresses what snaking doesn't do. A snake, like we said, punches a hole through the clog.
Right.
But hydrojetting, it's different. It uses this really high-pressure stream of water
Okay.
to basically power wash the entire inside surface of the pipe.
Whoa. So not just clearing a path, but like scrubbing the whole pipe clean.
Exactly, like a total internal cleanse. This high-pressure water can just blast away that really stubborn, hardened grease,
Yeah.
the stuff that coats the pipes over
Yeah,
time.
that nasty stuff.
That plus soap scum, any mineral deposits you might get, especially if you have hard water, and just any little bits the snake might have missed.
Okay, that definitely sounds way more thorough. So what's the big advantage of doing both? Snaking, then hydrojetting.
Well, if you think about the long-term health of your pipes, it's a huge benefit. When you follow up snaking with hydrojetting, you're not just getting a clear drain today.
Right.
You're drastically cutting down the chances of another clog forming anytime soon. See those leftover layers of grease and grime? They act like sticky flypaper for new debris.
Ah, okay. Makes sense.
Hydrojetting basically hits the reset button on the inside of your pipe. It gets it back to almost its original full diameter. So water flows way better, and those repeat clogs are much less likely.
That's a great analogy. It really is like the difference between just wiping up a spill and deep cleaning the whole counter so nothing sticks later. Okay, so that's snaking and hydrojetting. Now, the third thing in this package is something called KNC Bacterial Drain Treatment. Sounds preventative.
That's exactly what it is. This is all about proactive maintenance. And with the package, you actually get a full year's supply of it. It's professional strengths, but also, importantly, eco-friendly.
Okay, a year's supply. How does it actually work? I mean, putting bacteria down the drain sounds a little weird, maybe.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
It might sound a bit strange. But these are beneficial bacteria and enzymes. Think of them like tiny natural cleaning crews.
Okay.
They specifically target and basically eat the organic waste that, let's face it, always ends up in kitchen drains. Grease, food bits, soap residue.
The usual suspects.
Exactly.
Yeah.
These little microbes digest all that stuff, breaking it down into harmless things, basically just carbon dioxide and water. You might have heard of products like Bioline Drain Maintainer. It works on a similar principle. It's using nature to keep things clean.
Huh. So it's not some harsh chemical that might damage the pipes themselves.
No, absolutely not. That's a key point. It's safe. And the application sounds super easy, just a monthly dose down the drain.
Monthly. Okay.
And these good bacteria get to work. They even create this sort of helpful layer of biofilm on the pipe walls that keeps working between treatments. It's safe for all kinds of plumbing, safe for septic systems, and much better for the environment.
So what are the, day-to-day or month-to-month benefits of using this regularly?
The biggest benefit is just consistent, proactive drain health. By constantly breaking down that organic gunk before it builds up into a major clog, you're really slowing down or even stopping future problems.
Like having a tiny maintenance team working 24/7.
Pretty much. And it also helps tackle those nasty drain smells right at the source. Plus, it really makes the initial deep cleaning from the snaking and hydrojetting last much, much longer. It could save you from future emergency calls, you know.
Yeah, definitely sounds like a really complete approach. Cleaning, deep cleaning, and then keeping it clean. So the big question, what does this whole kitchen sink revitalizer package cost?
Okay, yeah, this is where the value part really stands out. KNC Plumbing is offering this entire package deal, the professional snaking, the deep hydrojetting, and that full year's supply of the bacterial treatment.
The whole shebang.
The whole thing, for a promotional price of $189.75.
Wow, okay. $189.75. That actually sounds really good, especially when you think about calling a plumber out. They even say these services could cost, what, $500 or more separately?
Oh, easily.
Mm.
Think about it. Booking a plumber for just snaking, then maybe needing a separate, more expensive hydrojetting service later, plus buying a year's worth of a good quality bacterial maintainer. You'd definitely be looking at way over $500 in total cost from many places.
Yeah.
So bundling it all together like this for $189.75, it's a very smart, cost-effective way to get that long-term fix for your kitchen sink. They really emphasize, stop overpaying for clear drains. This package delivers.
And I think you mentioned there's a guarantee, too, for extra peace of mind.
Yes, absolutely. They back this package up with a 6-month clog-free guarantee, which, really shows they're confident that this 3-step approach works.
Okay, 6 months clog-free. What exactly does that cover for me, the homeowner?
So it specifically covers the kitchen sink drain line where they perform the full Revitalizer package. KNC guarantees that line will stay clear of new clogs caused by, the normal everyday organic stuff, grease, food particles, the kind of thing the package is designed to handle.
For 6 months from the service date.
Exactly. 6 full months from the day they did the work. It's designed to make sure you get lasting results from the service.
That definitely sounds reassuring. Now, are there things you need to do or not do to make sure that guarantee stays valid?
Yes. Like with most guarantees, there are a few reasonable conditions. First, you need to use your drain responsibly.
Meaning,
try not to pour huge amounts of grease down there. Avoid fibrous things like celery strings in the disposal. Definitely no non-food objects or harsh chemicals that KNC hasn't approved. Just common sense stuff, really.
Yeah.
Second, and this is really important for the whole system to work, you have to use that KNC bacterial drain treatment they give you consistently, usually just once a month.
Right, that preventative step.
Exactly. Third, they ask that you don't have another plumbing company work on that specific drain line during the 6 months, or try major DIY fixes yourself, other than maybe basic plunging or using the KNC treatment they provided.
Keep it KNC's work for the guarantee period.
Pretty much. And finally, the guarantee covers clogs within that kitchen sink line. It wouldn't cover, say, a pre-existing crack in the pipe they didn't treat, or a backup caused by a problem way down in your main sewer line.
Got it. So follow the rules, use the treatment, and if a new clog from normal organic stuff happens in that 6-month window, what does KNC do?
If all those conditions are met and you get a clog from that normal buildup, KNC Plumbing will come back out and resurface that line to clear the blockage. And importantly, there's no extra charge for the labor for that reservice visit.
Okay, no labor charge. Good.
Yeah. Now, the technician will decide the best way to clear that specific clog. Maybe it just needs another quick snake, maybe a targeted jetting. It won't necessarily be a full repeat of the entire 3-step package from day one.
Right, they fix the guaranteed issue.
Exactly. The goal is just to clear that clog that occurred under the guarantee.
Makes sense. And just to be super clear, what kind of things would definitely not be covered by the guarantee?
Okay, so main exclusions would be clogs caused by stuff you shouldn't put down the drain, like we said, too much oil, foreign objects, maybe kids' toys, who knows.
Right.
Also, any plumbing problems happening outside that specific kitchen drain line they serviced, like a mainline sewer backup affecting the whole house, that's a separate issue. Pre-existing pipe damage that wasn't part of this revitalization package wouldn't be covered either. And crucially, if you didn't keep up with using that KNC bacterial treatment as recommended, that would likely void the guarantee for organic clogs because the treatment is part of the prevention plan.
Okay, that seems pretty straightforward and fair. It really does show they believe in their process, and it helps knowing you're dealing with a solid company.
Yeah.
What else can you tell us about KNC Plumbing itself?
Well, looking at what they say about themselves, they really stress being reliable and expert. Their whole mission seems to be about providing dependable service, using skilled plumbers and modern tech.
Like the hydrojetting.
Exactly. They specifically mention drain cleaning and hydrojetting as core services. And importantly, they're licensed, bonded, and insured. Plus, they've got over 30 years of experience.
30 years, wow.
Yeah, serving Lakewood and the surrounding areas, parts of LA and Orange County too. So yeah, they've been around, they're established, and they have the proper credentials. You're getting experience.
Okay, yeah, definitely not some fly-by-night operation. They've got history and credibility. So, all right, someone's listening right now thinking, yes, my kitchen sink needs this, I'm tired of this. What's the next step? How do they get this Revitalizer package?
If you're ready to ditch that slow drain and, get things flowing smoothly and smelling fresh again, KNC has made it pretty simple.
Okay, lay it on us. What should you do?
They recommend calling them directly at your phone number. Just call that number, you can schedule the kitchen sink Revitalizer package, and lock in that special price.
And remind us of that price again.
Just $189.75. Remember, that's for services they value at over $500. So call your phone number to book it. Or, if you prefer, you can go online.
They have a website.
Yep. Visit your website URL. You can find more info there and actually book the service right on the website too. It's a really good chance to get a long-term fix for your kitchen sink drain.
Definitely. So, a full cleaning, the deep hydrojetting clean, a year of preventative treatment, that 6-month guarantee, and big savings, all from a local company with decades of experience. It really does sound like a no-brainer if your kitchen sink is giving you grief.
Absolutely. It's about getting to the root of the problem.
Yeah.
Not just patching it up temporarily, but getting a real, lasting solution.
So a final thought for everyone listening, just picture it. No more standing water, no more gurgling, no more weird smells. Think about how much hassle and, frankly, frustration a clear, reliable kitchen sink would save you every single day. Maybe it's time to take that proactive step for your plumbing and your peace of mind.